Good morning, friends. It's a snowy morning here in Jersey. We are officially snowed in. It's a state of emergency, so that means a cozy, warm, and nutritious breakfast at home. I'm making my regular coffee. I have some maple syrup, a little bit of cream or milk, and then my good old-fashioned drip coffee. And it's just so comforting, especially looking out the snowy window. And I hope you guys are staying warm and staying safe at home if you're in this wintry mix as well. Let's get started on our breakfast. I'm going to be making some roasted breakfast potatoes, which my family really loves. I like to cut the small ones into about 8 pieces, and then the medium or larger potatoes will cut into obviously more pieces. You just want to make sure they're bite size, so this way when everybody eats it, they can just bite right on it and pick it up with a fork. And we love using Yukon potatoes or baby red potatoes. You could also use russet potatoes, but I find that they're a little bit more dry, and I prefer those for French fries or baked potatoes. I just really love using a heartier, waxy potato for roasted breakfast potatoes. I have my oven preheated to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm going to add some seasonings. I have olive oil or avocado oil that I like to use. I use salt, pepper, paprika, granulated garlic, granulated onion, and a little bit of oregano. And you could do all this to taste. And if you don't like all of those seasonings, you could also just do salt and pepper. And then I like to mix it all around, make sure everything's coated, a little bit spaced apart so it roasts nice and evenly. And then about 20 minutes in, I do toss it. I like to cook my sausages with a little bit of water first, and then I'll add oil later. Then I'm going to do 2 eggs per person. Since there is 4 of us, that is going to be 8 eggs total. And I do like to add a splash of milk in there. You could also use cream or water and a little touch of salt. Now my sausage is nicely cooked throughout, and I'm going to sear them a little bit. And I find I like to use a little bit less oil, and this helps with that. They get a little bit brown on the top, and this is turkey sausages. I get them at Costco. My family really likes them, but I will say they've had more ligaments lately than usual, so not loving that, but they're still delicious. And then we're going to get started on our eggs. I have our potatoes staying by the stove. I'm just going to whisk those eggs now and make sure they're nice and combined. I will say if you have a little bit of hard time with whisking eggs, you could also use an immersion blender or even a blender. And then you're going to put butter in your pan, not on your stove like mine went. And then we're going to have our cast iron nice and hot and ready for our eggs. And I like to keep it moving. I use a fish spatula. You can see it's metal, so this really scrapes it nicely off of the cast iron. And I just keep them moving, constantly stirring, because I don't like to overcook my eggs. No brown spots on my eggs. And then I serve it with avocado toast. I take 2 avocados, a little bit of olive oil, salt, granulated garlic, granulated onion, and a little touch of vinegar. And I'm sipping my coffee again and enjoying. And I hope you guys have a beautiful day. God bless you.